Okay guys, today we're checking out Ridgeview by IJM land located at Puchong. Let's go. Now many people may know this place called Laman Grandview, but they have just done a rebranding. Now it's called Ridgeview. Despite the fact it's 1 decade old, which is 10 years old, right? If you look at the entire place, look at these bungalows over here, they all look to be in very good condition. And just look at this, some of them are already doing some retrofits in terms of the design of the facade itself. So if you look at the place, I got to say, right, 1 decade old development doesn't really speak that age itself. The one thing that might be a little bit more complicated when coming out to this place is because it's actually a slopey area, right? So, you know, when you take your cars and whatnot, this is obviously going to be a little bit more heavy on your throttle lah. Okay, now coming up to the clubhouse, this is already a workout on its own. Now typically people will drive up here, but because today we just parked nearby, we'll just walk up. And this is the KESAS Clubhouse. Now essentially this KESAS Clubhouse is shared across the entire community over here because as mentioned earlier, this is going to have different phases in this particular development itself. Now the first thing you'll notice is that you actually have ample amount of car parks over here. You can bring your car up here and then just use the facility. Basically this is the entire view of Puchong, the very famous Yong Tau Fu area, not too far with this vicinity as well. And you may ask, hey Jin, how come you know Puchong so well? Actually I do, because I actually stay around this vicinity. This area comes with a swimming pool, one that is not so sizable, one that is a lap pool. But one thing I must say is that it looks very clean, it looks very well maintained, and you can even see as of this moment right now at 11:20, you see people actually doing the landscaping as of now. See? Okay, now the gym room actually situates above the swimming pool area, and I must say, this gym room view is insane. Just look at this over here. The floors are all well tempered. They are the ones that is treated with a bit of a soft touch to it. So basically, if you are doing exercise or if you're carrying weights, right, it's actually good for your knees as well. And I got to say, when you're on the treadmill, this is your beautiful view. Just look at that. Imagine you're actually just in Puchong itself, you know. Now this is called Saujana Puchong, but this is actually not too far away from Bandar Putri and also IOI Puchong Mall itself lah. They're all in close proximity. So within like maybe 2-3 kilometers, you can already get to those locations. Now since it's a clubhouse on its own, you obviously have a multi-purpose hall, which somebody happens to be wanting to use it right now, and I was told by the team that it's 500 ringgit as a deposit and 350 ringgit for the use of the space lah. So essentially this is actually a rather spacious area if you want to do like parties lah, or you want to do like some sort of gathering. And I believe majority of the AGMs are also conducted in this part of the vicinity because a multi-purpose hall is that use case for the most part lah. Okay, now guys, this is basically the facility area, and I must say it overlooks the entire Puchong, you know. So essentially this view over here, I got to say, is going to be unobstructed, almost indefinite. The reason I say so is because every development over here is already landed properties. And oddly enough, you look at all these old terrace houses, right? Plentiful of them has already put on solar panels. I think this is a Malaysian Chinese type C people mindset. They know how to count their ROIs. Now coming down to the second floor over here, one thing you will notice in this particular development itself, right, is that you would see tigers almost everywhere. Let me pronounce that correctly. Tigers, not tigers. Tiger, okay? A decent sized swimming pool over here. Essentially, this one you want to do a lap swimming pool, no issues. And it faces towards a lush greeneries over here. Just look at this. Your swimming pool is just here. And basically the trees are already all the way up. I would love to want to swim in this pool over here. Okay, now they also have my favorite thing, which is a sauna room. Oh, somebody just used it. Dude, it's so hot in here. Well, it's definitely not the most sizable one, but 2 packs, no problem to fit lah. Now this is a rather nice facility to have because honestly speaking, if you're paying the price of about 350 plus ringgit, swimming pool, sauna room, all these are all expensive, you know. And if you look at the entirety of the place, it's super well maintained. Okay, now correction over there. I just found out by the team that the maintenance fee over here is only 250 ringgit. Guys, if you have a swimming pool running, you have a sauna room, you have a gym, right? Hey, this is type of membership that you don't really get that often because this 250 also actually includes the security guards fee as well. So the entire maintenance of the development on top of the security fee, 250 is super damn affordable lah. Now to understand the location a little bit better, this is actually where Han Ming is at. So if you look at all the Yong Tau Fu, famous Puchong Yong Tau Fu, is basically the entryway to get into the development itself lah. Now, during peak hours like such right now, right, about 1 p.m, obviously this place is going to be super congested. Everybody is picking up the children. To also understand a little bit better how far this location is to the development itself, you look at the high-rise buildings over there, that's exactly where Ridgeview is actually located as well lah. So the way we come in is coming from Hanming, and then you drive all the way straight into this a little bit of a kampong area in order to get to that part of town. Okay, now what we're going to do before going for the shoot again is to continue our lunch first lah. So one of my favorite is actually this Puchong Yong Tau Fu. Many people say Ampang Yong Tau Fu is the best, but this one surprisingly is better to me. Hey, and guys, I'm actually from Ampang, you know. So for me to make that statement actually is a very impressive statement over here. By the way, we also did a video on our food encounters in this restaurant over here. So if you guys want to check that out, you click the link down below. Okay, we just had our lunch and now we're back at the sales gallery. So the development checking out today is actually called Ridgeview. But before we go there, the first thing I want to point out is the geolocation of this particular development. Now, I'm very familiar with this place because I reside in somewhere around Hanming area. So essentially the first thing you notice, right, is that this place has abundance of highways and also entryways in order to get to this development over here. Now, the one that is most convenient, in my personal opinion, is actually through LDP or either SKVE. The reason why I say so is because you do not want to come from the IY Puchong Mall area. That place is jam nak mampui. So you come from the Kajang or you come from the other side from Sri Kembangan is way much more convenient. One part I find that if we can pull it off over here, Ridgeview, right, if there is an opening towards this direction over here, which I don't know if architecturally or geologically it can be done or not, but if this can be done right, instantaneously you get to Bandar Puteri Puchong at ease, you know. Because right now you need to make this big turn from Hanming area and then just kind of go through this slope to get to this development. But if you can open up here, wow, super convenient already. Bandar Puteri, definitely Puchong's darling lah. Basically, this is the highlight over here. And on top of that, the mall is not too far as well. IY Puchong Mall and a Rio around these geolocations as well lah. Let's just go check out the actual development site right now. Let's go. So the development over here comes with 3 different typology. You have the Type G, Type F, and also Type E, which is the most expensive one over here. And I was told one of these very famous influencers actually bought a unit in this stretch over here. I'm not going to name who, you all just take a guess yourself. Okay, since we are ready right now, let's go check the development out. Let's go. Okay, now we are actually heading towards the actual site and the actual development. Look at this, all on a gravel stone basis still. This is solid rockland. So essentially, your particular development, if you build on these grounds, right, is not going anywhere. When it's solid stones like such, right, the development cost is actually way much higher. Because in order for you to actually do your piling works or whatnot, right, it's actually much more mahal. Now guys, that is the development that we're going to check out. This is also IJM punya famous thing lah. Okay, IJM has been known to build highways as well. And this is one of the structural barricades that they actually done in the past. And I believe this is also adopted over here in this particular development. Okay, so this is the actual site. You can see that they actually use red solid bricks as well. And when we come down there, we can actually go and check out the entire place in full detail lah. Look at me, I look like an egg, guys. Okay, now guys, just to highlight once again, look at the rocks that are here. Massive, guys. So basically, just to show you guys what the land structure is this building's currently built on. Look at them, massive. Now this is actually the Type E layout, 22.6 by 80. So essentially the frontage over here is wide enough for you to park two front cars, and also the depth is about 80. Oh guys, I am honestly so shocked because as you enter the living hall itself, you are greeted with that lush greeneries over there. It's like you're living in a condo, but it's a landed property that has this very beautiful mountain view. Now among the 3 layouts that we're going to check out today, this is actually the most premium one. And the reason why I say so is because there's something very interesting on the ground floor, which I'll show you in a short bit. But before we go there, I just want to point out that the kitchen area over here is not to say the most sizable, but one thing I really like about it is the fact that you can actually cook with nature. I would be cooking every single day if I live here, because honestly speaking, having the ample amount of greeneries and the natural air sunlight coming in towards the kitchen area is just almost unheard of, I guess. Now, IJM has been very thoughtful, right? Because we have been to a couple of their developments, and always on the ground floor unit, they always cater it for the elderly folks out there. And now why I say so is because you can see this is actually 3 feet in width, right? If you have family members that are impaired in terms of their legs, then they can actually just wheelchair themselves inside here. I got to say, this is a very, very spacious toilet area. Now, obviously right now it's still under retrofit because this development over here hasn't VP or CCC yet. So essentially it looks very crude, right? If you come into the first room over here on the ground floor itself, this one is being greeted with ample natural sunlight because just look at the window panels over here. They are super massive. And on top of that, this particular area has already an aircon ducting up. Now, despite the fact there's no artificial sunlight coming into the unit itself, it looks very, very livable in this condition right now. On the first floor itself, this is where all the rooms are going to be situated on. So basically, there's going to be 3 bedrooms and all of them will come with their own ensuite bathroom itself. So bedroom number 1, it also faces towards the main area over here. Now this one over here has quite a fair bit of greeneries, and also because you have the water reserve upstairs, right? So obviously you're going to be greeted with some sort of industrial piping. It's not too bad, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, every single room already comes with the air conducting, pipe wirings, copper piping, and also in the bathroom itself, it also comes equipped with all branded stuff as well. I've got to say, this toilet is actually looking pretty decent. It's not very dark because you actually have a frosted window on the corner panel over here, allowing natural sunlight to come in and also to actually reduce moisture after a hot shower. So yeah, bedroom number 1 is looking very solid. Now coming to bedroom number 2, which is practically almost the similar layout. The natural sunlight that is seeping into this unit is crazy, guys. So both rooms actually enjoys very good taiguang. Before we go to the master bedroom, this common area over here is actually very sizable. If you want to have your secondary living hall upstairs, this can definitely pull it off. They actually included this type of air vents over here. Basically, they have done that in order for hot air to just sip out from this direction. So I think this is actually a very thoughtful design. In terms of the layout, I'm finding it actually very practical. The master bedroom itself faces towards these beautiful, beautiful greeneries. Imagine this, guys, if you have your king-size bed over here, the minute you wake up, you have this very beautiful window panel over here. Put those curtains whereby it's like automated, right? Or you just, or you can just say, okay, go, open the curtains, then, whew, look at that beautiful view. And this is actually a view facing towards the Seri Kembangan area. And one thing I can assure you is that this place will not have any block view adjacent to you in the maybe 1 kilometer range, mainly because everything within the vicinity is already landed properties. So it's almost impossible for them to build something up in the future. And now one thing about this particular area itself, because this is a development that actually also enjoys a little bit of a jogging track area. So essentially this white color panels that you see over here, there's concrete design thing over here, that is actually one of your jogging tracks. So in the future, when the development is fully up and running, this is where people can actually also do a bit of light workout. If you would like to put in a walk-in wardrobe within the master bedroom, definitely very doable as well, because as you can see, you have an actual frame over here. You decide to actually just put the cabinets within this vicinity, definitely very doable. And on top of that, this toilet over here is also very sizable. And as mentioned earlier, it also comes with frosted window panels, so basically allowing natural sunlight and air to come in as well. Now essentially this particular development comes with the most unique feature, and I'm going to show you right now. Ta-da! Look at this, guys. So if you are a gym junkie, or if you want to have like a karaoke room, you want to do glamping, basically this is huge amount of space for you to do whatever hobby you want. You could make this an arcade room, study room, gaming room, whatever you want to do with this. You can even put a golf simulator here, guys. So I believe this is the part of the development that I find most interesting. And that's no wonder why it is the most hot selling product among the 3 right now, right? Typically, most people will just make a very nice or very big living hall. But for me, this over here, this space is really for the hobbyists. Okay, now this is also the similar form factor at 22.6 by 80. So exactly the same thing, it's just that this is a corner lot, and this one doesn't come with a very unique feature right down below, because this is the most standard known to market product called a Rumah Terrace. Okay, now as you come in, the first thing you notice, very similar structure. You have very nice glass panels over here to allow natural sunlight and air ventilation to come in. And also the developer includes the isolator for you. So if you have EV car in the future, senang lah. This is basically the unit layout structure. Ta-da! Okay, nothing too fancy, nothing too unique. It is just really what you see in a typical terrace house over here. So if you want something in Puchong that is the affordable range one, this one in the ballpark figure is about 1.1 million ringgit lah. Now, the first bedroom over here also comes with a lot of natural sunlight, despite the fact it's actually facing towards the end, okay? Now, this area actually comes with a rather nice panel, and not to mention there's also about 5 to 7 feet of setback in order for you to actually do like your laundry, you want to jumble your clothes or whatnot. There's a pretty sizable area as well. When you're up here, you are greeted with a smaller layout in terms of a secondary living hall. If I were to stay in this particular development, definitely will be putting like my workstation over here because you have electrical sockets as well lah. As you can see, master bedroom also comes with this quote-unquote balcony view lah. Now this one doesn't allow you to actually go all the way outside. It basically has these panels over here as just more of a facade for you to actually look outside lah. This particular layout over here comes with a bigger master bedroom compared to the Type E layout. So this one, if you like space, then it's definitely more for you lah. Okay, toilet itself, I got to say, this one over here is rather spacious, and I also like the fact that the tile selection over here are more rugged and they're not so dark. The flooring over here, they went with the ones with a little bit of gradient, so it's a little bit slip-proof lah, a little bit. And guys, this is actually a very sizable bedroom number 1. As you can see over here, it's 5 times by 8 lah, so it's actually very spacious in terms of the form factor. Now the one thing different from that unit over there, previous one comes with ensuite bathroom, this one actually comes with a connective bathroom. So this is also bedroom number 2. This one is a little bit smaller in terms of the form factor, but as I mentioned earlier, every single unit actually comes with their own window panel. And I got to say, this is actually very important because natural sunlight, natural ventilation is very important to the unit. And look at the designs of this building, very modern looking terrace houses. I like how the modular design is actually incorporated over here. Well, they're not modular in terms of the way they fabricate the house, it's just that the design is very squarish, right? I personally like this squarish kind of design because I like modularity. So the next one we're going to check out right now is this over here. Okay, now as you come in instantaneously, you can see in this particular area, you can park up to 2 or 3 cars, depending on what car you drive, right? And the first thing you will notice about the living hall is that the kitchen area is way much more spacious. As you can see, living hall actually comes with a lot of window panels as well, meaning to say a lot of natural sunlight coming in. This is actually 150 meters above sea level, meaning to say the air quality over here, once everything is completed, is going to be very good. So now this is the balcony area, and of course, if you want to dry your clothes or you want to do barbecue, this is a place where you can definitely do so lah. So this living hall itself is a very integrated living hall because you can have it over here, you got the kitchen right behind, and then you can actually even have an outdoor balcony. How convenient! The above floor actually shines right below, so allowing natural sunlight to even go down towards the ground floor itself. Now similarly to all the true layouts that we have saw just now, they also included this air vent over here, basically to promote cooler air, right? Now coming into bedroom number 1 itself, guys, this one also has a very good view towards the greeneries right behind you. This is the toilet of bedroom number 1. Now bedroom number 1 over here, as you can see, very similar design. Now this one is a little bit darker because right behind you is a very big mountain that blocks a lot of natural sunlight, but you still get this. So in the Type F layout, essentially all rooms come with their own ensuite bathroom. Now coming to bedroom number 2, because this is actually an end-lot unit, you actually have an extra window panel on the side lah. You get natural, very nice air quality because you can really feel the windy breeze right now. Hey guys, it's actually 3:20 right now and you can see that I'm sweating balls right now. It's bloody hot, but standing over here, you still get some very nice wind coming in. Now this is the master bedroom. So master bedroom, you don't have a balcony right at your doorsteps, which I think also makes a lot more sense because personally for me, I believe that the master bedroom shouldn't have the balcony. It should be more of a common area thing because honestly speaking, when your friends come over, your family members come over, you don't want them to be passing your master bedroom to the balcony. So having that on the living hall itself actually makes a lot more sense than to have it up here. I want to say this is the more spacious one among the 3 layouts that we have seen so far lah. So it comes in its own ensuite bathroom, and what I like about this one, it comes with the 2 basins. And I'm going to say toilet wise, this is also very spacious. So yeah, if you want to do some couple activities in the toilet, can. Now the Type F layout actually comes with a sheer wall over here, but if you want, you can actually tear it down and also put some tiles over here just for you to conceptualize how this is going to look like lah. The actual unit itself will come with a sheer wall. Basically, you want to cover this place up for like your little hobby area, like a podcast studio or whatever you want to do over here, right, you can definitely do them. Like even if you want to put a golf simulator, this is definitely doable as well. So I think for the folks that actually has like fair bit of hobbies, right, then the Type F layout has this little podium over here. It's like a little bat cave in that sense lah. Now I personally like this. I think because I have a lot of weird hobbies that I also want to have a confined area to myself. Now a dedicated place or workstation or whatnot, this is the compound you can have lah. So as mentioned, this one will come with an actual sheer wall, but they have already took it down, and just to give you a conceptualization of how spacious this place is, and not to mention, right, in the phase 2 layout itself, right, there's going to be a little bit alter of design towards this particular layout over here. For that confirmation, right, you got to check with the sales team because they haven't finalized anything yet. The one that is confirmed is actually the area for the lift. So they're going to have a little area for you to actually put on your own lift. Now I mentioned put on your own lift because it's not provided you have to go and pasang your own lah. It's just giving you a compound for that. Now the Type F layout itself looks like such, right? And one thing I really like about it is the fact that it's actually situated right behind the mountains itself lah. So this is somewhat of a greenery landscaping view that you can actually have right behind your area. So your kitchen is going to be facing towards that, and honestly that is a beautiful view. The entire development over here is actually built on solid rocks. So you can see these are all massive rocks that, whoa, I can't even lift them at all lah, right? So you're not going to have any sort of this concern when it comes to the rigidity of the flooring itself. Now if all the small units you see just now not up to your liking, right, don't worry. There's also bungalow lots that is going to be available very soon. Now in terms of layout wise, it's going to be 45 by 86 in terms of square feet. So yeah, this is going to be where the bungalow lots are situated on, in a higher elevated plot of land. So making it even more luxurious, more premium. And you can see, just to give you a benchmark, right, this particular condo, okay, the top floor should be about 40 plus over units, right? Imagine if your bungalow lot situates on this empty plot of land over here, you're probably also higher or even equivalent to the condos right over there. Wow, landed property also so atas already. Apa lagi you mau, guys? So after checking out the entire development over here, I gotta say this is one of the only developments in Puchong that you can still get a landed property for around 1 million ringgit range, you know. So it's anywhere between 1 to 1.4 million depending on the 3 typologies that you can actually choose from. And maybe that's no wonder why the units over here are being taken up so quickly, right? As you can see from the sales chart over there, quite a fair bit of units has already been snapped up. And now one thing I really like about this place is the fact that it's actually situated on this forest reserve not too far away. And you just look at this, this is ample amount of greeneries within the vicinity of Puchong itself. Everybody just associate Puchong to be that very jammed, that very hectic area in terms of traffic and in terms of developments, right? But being situated in this part of town, elevated plot of land 150 meters above sea level, right, just gives you a very different experience in total, you know. So personally, I like this entire landscape. Now, the few things I don't like about this development over here has to be the fact that the surrounding amenities or the surrounding location is
predominantly more kampong-ish lah. So meaning to say, when you're driving up this particular driveway, it doesn't become the most appealing, or in terms of the entryway, it doesn't have the IJM feel until you set foot into the guardhouse area. So that journey towards this particular location is a little bit off-putting lah. But for the fact that you're actually buying a branded developer, IJM Lands Development, landed property in Puchong itself is honestly not too bad. What more can you guys really ask for? So after checking out the entire place, this is basically my take on it. Or if you want to check out this particular development over here, you can reach out to the sales team via the 2 contacts number right in the description down below. So if you guys like content as such, make sure to like, follow and subscribe for more. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.